right. Welcome to the little Whitehouse on a Sunday night. I got a few things that have been mulling around in my brain. So bear with me and I will try to get everything put into a easy to understand format for you. Now, put into a easy to understand. There we go. Wanted to make sure that I got everything muted so I could go ahead and do this broadcast. Over the last couple of days, I had a conversation on Facebook, or posts on Facebook, and it was over the gospel or their personal testimony not being part of the gospel, or I don't know, something along those lines. But instead it turned into my personal testimony ended up being something that the gospel did not need, and that if I used my personal testimony, or at least this is the way I understood it, if I used my personal testimony, then somehow I was taking away from the gospel, and that I was turning something that was supposed to be totally by faith into works. Yeah, I was making myself the hero by using my personal testimony, which I don't believe that's true, because my personal testimony isn't about what I did, it's about what Jesus did in me. Yeah, I sat on a bar stool for a long time, but Jesus, through circumstances, led me away from that. Had I given my heart to him at that point in time? No, I hadn't gone and made an altar call at that point in time, but he was working in my life. I didn't quit smoking on my own. He was working in my life. But he is the hero of my testimony, not me. I can tell you the things that went on, and I can tell you how it went down, but behind it all and in front of it all is him. If he's not doing things, then I'm not where I am today. I don't have a wife. I don't have 2 kids, because he's not working. I don't know if that makes sense. But in the course of it, I got to thinking about faith and works, and there was a couple of things that really stood out to me. Was that people's faith led to their works. You look at everybody in the Bible who, the Bible is a bunch of personal testimonies, from Abel all the way down to John the Revelator. But if you look at those people, Abel, for instance, he believed what Adam told him, that there was going to be, that Jesus was going to come, and that he was going to die for our sins, and that he was going to take us and change us back into his likeness because we were born with the sinful nature. Now, because he believed that, in Hebrews 11, it says he made a more excellent sacrifice than Cain because he brought the sacrifice that was required. He didn't say, well, anything is good enough, I'll just bring this. What he brought was a lamb that was unblemished. And that was an acceptable sacrifice to God. Versus, the one that Cain brought was, hey, I'm going to bring you everything that I've done, and I expect you to bless it. You go to Noah. If God tells him, look, Noah, I'm sending a flood on the earth, but he doesn't do anything about it. Hi, Life with Lois. How you doing? If God, says to Noah, hey, I'm bringing a flood on the earth and it's going to cover the whole earth, and Noah sits there and says, well, I have faith that you're going to do that, God, but I'm going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs. Does his family get saved? Look at David. Well, let's go before David. Let's go to Rahab. When she hid the spies, they said, hey, she says, hey, are you going to save me when you guys come and conquer the city? And they said, yeah, but you got to hang that rope out your window, and then everybody in your house is going to be saved. If she doesn't hang that red rope out of her window, then her house is lost with the rest of Jericho. You can look at David. David can hear Goliath saying, I just read this to my kid tonight for his bedtime story. If David says with the rest of Israel, oh, this, I know he's putting God down, but who am I? God will have to take care of it somehow. But I'll just sit here and wait for God to take care of it. I have faith that he's going to do it. Then where is Israel? All of these people, even up to and including Jesus, they lived by faith, but their faith led them to do works. Let me see here, share screen. I just want to bring this one out to everybody's view. James says, yes, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Because, and the verse before says, even so, if faith doesn't have works, it's dead, being alone. So I don't know how to, I don't know how to get around faith and works. Faith and works go hand in hand. Faith and works is um, it's like a marriage. If you can't have one and not have the other. Even up to and including Jesus, he lived his whole life by faith. But what if on Thursday night he would have said, Father, it's just too tough. I can't do it. His father is not going to accept an unwilling sacrifice. And we wouldn't be here talking about this today. It took faith and works. When you go out to do something that you know is right, when you take that first step, God gives you the strength to take even that first step. But you make the choice, and he gives you the strength, and he works in you to do those works through faith. Maybe I'm off base, but I don't think so. And I'm going to keep on giving my personal testimony because that's the thing that gets me and motivates me when I hear other people saying, hey, this is what God did for me, and this is what God is doing in me. If you enjoyed this broadcast, give it a thumbs up. If you if you'd leave me a comment or two, that would be great. And if you believe that it could help somebody else, please share it. Check out the links below for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and we even got a few things that we're Amazon affiliate. So God bless you guys. That's what I was passionate about today. I want to believe that thanks, Lois. Appreciate it. I want to believe that there's good in people, and I believe that all of those people meant right, and that they didn't understand exactly what I said. God bless you guys. Good night.